This video is about transparency, the future, and feeling good. I have no idea how long you've been a dancer for or if you've started yet, and I will tell you right now that if you do get into this job, you're probably going to do it for a long time. The internet is a very large place. Information travels at the speed of light now because of the internet. I believe that people are getting smarter and smarter, and their bullshit meters are getting better and better, and that one of these days, regardless of how good of a liar we can be, all of our dirty secrets are going to be on the internet. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I want you to keep that in mind from now on, that everything you do is probably going to be written in stone at some point in the future. The reason why I'm telling you that is because I want you to consider your future when things come up that you do for money that could potentially make you extremely uncomfortable in the future to talk about. Since I started dancing, I have had a lot of guys ask me if I've had sex for money. That's something that if I had to answer yes, especially if I was talking to somebody that I was interested in having a relationship with, I think that that would make me feel very uncomfortable. And like I said, I think that people's bullshit meters are getting better and better. Plus, I just don't like to lie. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't like liars. I don't enjoy being lied to, and I don't think that lying is just bad, okay? It's just bad. It just feels bad. To me, it does anyway. The only people I'll lie to without a second thought is the police. Fuck that. I'm not telling them shit. Never mind. Okay, we're not going to go into any of that. And this has nothing to do with morals. If you've had sex for money, I'm not judging you. I just want you to think about your future, because I guarantee that question is going to come up. There's a book called Radical Honesty that I read a long time ago that completely changed my life. And the premise of it is that people lie because telling the truth is hard. And it can be difficult for some people to tell people that you take off your clothes for money. It's been difficult for me to say it to certain people in the past, though I've actually surprisingly never had any kind of negative reaction, which has been shocking to me. But I've never had to answer yes to the question, have you ever had sex for money? I have been offered lots of money. As a matter of fact, the reason I'm making this video is because someone asked me the other day that I am interested in if I had sex with somebody from the club. Now, this is a guy that studies psychology. He's probably studied a ton of body language, I would imagine, and definitely a lot of self-development. I know that if I lied to him, he would have known that I was lying, and that would have immediately, in my opinion, I 100% believe immediately, he would have quit being interested in me. And I say that because that's me. When I find out that people have lied to me, I am so turned off. I'm super turned off, and that's a very difficult thing to come back from. So I was happy to tell him, well, maybe not happy is a little bit of a stretch because that ended up being not terrible relationship, but that my longest boyfriend actually came out of working at a strip club. I'm just letting you know that I know for sure that this is going to happen if people know that you're a stripper. Someone that you're going to be interested in having a relationship with in the future is probably going to ask you that question. Have you ever had sex for money? He also asked me why I hadn't had sex for money. He said something along the lines of, well, if somebody offered you $10,000, and I said, actually, someone offered me $50,000 and I still didn't do it. And he said, why? And I said, because I didn't like him. And he goes, $50,000. He goes, why haven't you had sex for money? And I said, it's because I like sex and I don't want to ruin it for myself. I like it. I do not want to look at it as work. And I would imagine once you go down that road, it would almost maybe be impossible to come back from it. Anytime you have sex with anybody in the future, whoever you fucked for money might come up in your mind. And that sounds awful. That just sounds awful to me. So again, I don't know you. I don't know anything about you. Possibly, maybe I know you. I'm not sure. I've started to talk to a few of you, which has been lovely. But regardless, again, no judgment. And maybe if you have sex for money, you won't care. Maybe at no point in your future will you ever care. I just want this to be something that you think about, because I swear to God, the internet is, exponentially increasing. I don't want you to ever do something for money that you're going to regret forever. Speaking of, real quick before I go, if you ever start camming, I know a lot of people, if not mostly like everybody, does not read the privacy policy, whatever. If you are thinking about camming, read the privacy policy, because chances are, this isn't even a chance. I would say this is like a 99.9% guarantee. They are going to tell you that they have 100% control of your footage, your videos, forever. So that means if 2 years from now, 2 months from now, 20 years from now, it doesn't matter. You decide you don't want your shit on the internet anymore. You can't just take it off. You can't just pull it off the internet. Like, it's there forever and somebody else owns it. If you're going to cam, do it for yourself. Don't do it for somebody else because they have your footage forever. So I just want to throw that out there. Think about your future. If you even think that you might think you'll regret it in the future, don't do anything that makes you feel morally or physically uncomfortable because, I mean, you know, again, do whatever you want. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just letting you know my experience, and I'm really glad that I haven't done it. I am. I'm really glad that I haven't done it. So, and I will say, the guy that I ended up dating from the strip club that ended up being my longest boyfriend ever, I literally thought while I was dancing for him, because I was attracted to him, which is weird because I'm not usually physically attracted to people before I'm mentally attracted to them. Maybe it was because he had already spent so much money on me. We were up to like $300 in dances by the time I thought this. But I was like, I literally thought if this guy offered me $2,000 to go home with him, I would take it. And then I ended up going to play poker with him and ended up moving in with him later. So, and he bought me like a $4,000 necklace. So technically, but that wasn't until later. Anyway, whatever. So I just wanted to throw it out there. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope this is helpful in some way. I love you. Take care for now. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.